Again, my name is Andrew Patricia, and I'm going to be your presenter. Another thing is iStock Photo. I don't know if anybody's used this before. It's not a free resource, but it's a really, really superb resource. You know, if you are doing presentations regularly, some of my photographs that I use, and I've been getting more into this lately, is I go onto iStock Photo, I buy credits, usually about $100, and I download really, really superb, high-quality photographs that I can then use in my PowerPoint presentation. And it's a really great resource. Simple, easy to use, easy to navigate. Actually, for those of you who are trying to design great websites, this is a great example of a website that is simple, easy to follow, easy to use, and works, which is one of the most important things. Is you've got to get a website that works, easy to follow, easy to connect with. So there's iStock Photo. It's not free, but it's not expensive. So it'll fit into a small business owner's budget, and anything that fits into a small business owner's budget, I think is a great tool. Actually, I didn't mention earlier on, when I was discussing, let me just get back to it, when I was discussing FreshBooks, I pay $15 a month for FreshBooks, just so you know. You know, if you're a small business owner on a budget and you want to know how much it costs, in my case, I pay $15 a month. And I can have, I believe, up to 25 customers on there. So it works really, really well for me. You know, I find that's the sweet spot for small business owners. Anything you're charging $10, $15, or $20, they're going to be buying that stuff. You know, so it's either free or less than $20, I find is the sweet spot for small businesses. So if you're trying to develop a service that hundreds and hundreds of small businesses, you want them to buy it, I find that's probably the price line that they're happy with. So iStock Photo works well. It's cheap. I can't give you exactly the price, but I believe for about $100 you can get 50 photographs in my case, because I use them only for PowerPoint presentations. This is a really, really superb tool. This is one of my favorites. One of the things that I do is I travel a lot. So what we've done in BizLaunch is we have 30 trainers across the country, which makes it quite challenging. Well, 30 trainers. It actually varies. Sometimes it goes up to 40, but at the moment we have on our database about 36. So what we do is we get our people to download Dropbox. So Dropbox is really a hard drive online. So if I explain it in the most simplistic terms, is it's a hard drive that you have access to all the time on the desktop of your computer. So what we do is we download Dropbox. Let's use this example, this presentation. So this PowerPoint presentation, I would develop it, put it into the Dropbox, which is just a drag and drop concept. In the Dropbox, I would have access to this file anywhere in the world. So wherever I was, anywhere in the world, and any one of the computers that my employees work with. So it works really, really superbly, because you've got access to this file. I can go into this file, update it straight away, and then let any one of my employees use it. So it's a really, really powerful tool. The best way to work out how to use it is go online and just test it, do it, take a little tour. But the important thing is it's free and it's very, very effective. Another thing is you'll realize if you are building a website for yourself, the great thing I like about this thing is the simplicity of it. Simplicity is a very, very important thing. Make it very, very easy for people to download your stuff. Another one is Twitter. You know, people don't really see the value of Twitter. And I was one of those people in the beginning. I used to look at Twitter and think, what's this thing? I really don't understand this product. Why would people want to follow me? Anyway, so let me tell you how I use Twitter. So in my case, this is the tool that I use, a product called TweetDeck, which again is free. I'm not really good at annotating things. Let me just sort that out. But so TweetDeck is a tool that I use, and it really, really works well. How it works is that, in my case, I have 1,030 people following me. If anything is mentioned about small business out there, I have access to it. Let's say, for example, this guy, I can't see exactly what he's saying, but he's found this great new website, a small business website. What he do is he sends me a link here. You can see in this case there's a little link that he sent to me. I can then connect with that. So that's one of the ways I use Twitter. The other ways is that people can send me direct messages. An example is I'm going to a conference in in Orlando in September this year to a small business conference. And so what I did is I went onto Twitter, and to my group of people I said, I'm going to Orlando in October to a conference, September to a conference. Is anybody else going to be there? Interestingly enough, one of the women that's going to be there is the editor for one of the top-selling small business magazines in the world. And I said to her, can we meet while we're there? And the only reason I'm following her name is Reva, the only reason I'm following her is because she's involved in small business. So it's a really, really powerful tool. Another thing that we use Twitter for is every single time we're going to be running a seminar, or in the case of this webinar, we send it out to our 1,000 people, or in my case, the 1,000 people that are following me. And the other thing that these 1,000 people will do, if they like what I'm talking about, is they will retweet it. So they'll send it out to other people. So what do I encourage you to do if you're a small business owner? Go and check out Twitter, do a Google search on Twitter, check out things like TweetDeck, and start following people. Slowly start following people, observing what they're talking about and things like that. And slowly you'll realize the value of this thing. It is a really powerful tool, especially if you want to share your expertise, if you want to follow important people in your industry. It's really a great resource. Let's look at other free stuff, and then I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask me questions, and then I'm going to give you that link again to Scotiabank link so that you can win some money. I know you guys want to win some money on the Get Growing for Business website. The first one is SurveyMonkey. I don't know if you've used this before, but it's a great little tool to use to create and post surveys. If any of you have participated in our surveys over the last year or so, we often use SurveyMonkey. It's a great resource. It's free up to a certain level, and then you pay. And again, it's priced for small business. It's not too expensive, which is a great resource. So try it out. Go on to surveymonkey.com and check it out. For those of you that are listening and want to know, this presentation will be available afterwards. So if you forget any of the websites, you can always go and re-listen to the presentation or go through the slides and get the links, so don't worry about that. Another one that is also really, really good is Flickr. If you're anything like me, you have hundreds or maybe thousands of photographs that you want to have access to. The only problem is that you don't want to be keeping them on your hard drive because it takes up a lot of space. So the way you use Flickr is you just develop a little account, you load all your photographs, and then you and anybody else you want has access to these photographs. So they're really, really superb. So Flickr is a great resource. Go and check it out. This is another one that I like, one that I found recently because I travel a lot. Let's say, for example, I'm going to later on this year, I'm planning, or early next year, going to work in Saudi Arabia, training some business owners there in a local college. And I want to know a little bit about some of the cities I'm going to be visiting. I can go to arrivalguides.com, and it'll give me just a one-page summary of what I should look out for in the city, which is a really cool resource, I think, for small business. And I've used it a couple of times, and it works really, really well. Another thing is obviously BizLaunch. Most of you will probably have been to our website, and if you haven't, I encourage you to do it. What we do is we have lots and lots of free resources for small business. They're great resources, and you know what, you can connect with us there, you can ask us questions, and again, it's free and a great opportunity. A lot of you have probably been out to our free seminars. They're a great learning opportunity and a great resource for small business.